Good day, everybody. Welcome to today's video. This is Jerry from BackCountry Wrench. In today's video, we're going to look at the SETPOWER RV45D 12-volt fridge freezer that they sent to me to try out. This will be my fourth cooler freezer that I got, but you can never have too many. And this one may replace the one I have in my TJ. We just got some B-roll here, some unboxing, because, you know, some people like that stuff. Doesn't make any difference to me, but some people love the B-roll. But I'm going to tell you right now, it is packaged pretty good, and the delivery driver didn't beat it up like my last cooler I got. I think my last one was probably throwing around a little bit, but didn't do any damage. This one came together all in one. Oh yeah, that's like a perfect size. I think that'll look good in my TJ. Here's the product specs on the side. 45 quart, 43 liters, 12 volts, 24. Net weight 41 pounds. Dimensions. Here's a dual zone cooler right here. Max Eco. Tells you the chamber. What I like about it is it does have a removable divider. Oh man, that looks good. That's gonna be really good. So besides for all the packaging, it comes with AC and DC power, user manual. We'll have to have a look at. Really like the interface in the front for the zones, plus minus. Dual zone. I'm pretty sure you could flip the door to whatever side you want. Set power. Could have some ice cream out on the road, and some food and drinks, and still fairly small. I like that. Just brought the cooler inside. We'll let it sit for a few hours before I plug it in. Turn it on, because you don't know in transport if it's been on its side. And with a compressor fridge, you don't want to start it up if it hasn't been sitting upright. Could do some damage. So 2 to 3 hours should be good. To set this up properly, you need to open up the manual. First thing I like to do is set the battery protection. Everybody can set it at whatever level they want. I like to set it right in the middle. That way I can still be sure my vehicle can run. Or if I'm using a battery power pack, I'm not going to run it down. So we get some fancy stickers. There's my accessories. And there's the panel. What I like about this is that the cooler has an inline fuse built in, 15 amp. So hopefully that should rectify any issues we may have. So in order to get to the menu settings, you hold down the plus and the minus to PR shows. And then you can see the battery levels right there, 3, 2, 1. And then you press the power button. You can change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. And I like to have mine on Celsius because I live in the metric world. And then you just got to let it sit and do its thing, and it'll eventually just blank out. And then you're good to go. Press the power on. And you can either set it for Eco or Max. Eco is green, Max is blue. And then just going to set the temperature and just do an overall run to see how it's going to go. For a 12-volt fridge freezer, it's not too loud. It's pretty average, comparable to most units. I really like the door handle latch, and it's got a super bright LED light inside which lights up the cooler. So no matter how dark it is, you're going to be able to grab your fresh cold beer and kick one back. Now people are going to ask, how long does it take to cool down? On Max, it took less than an hour to get to minus 18. The cooler part was probably under 20 minutes, but get down to minus 18, it took close to an hour. I like to let it run all night just to make sure there isn't any kind of issues. Just double checking it. I threw a bottle of water in there and everything seems to be just fine. This is just some more B-roll. I want to take it out for a spin, run it off 12 volt, just to see how it's going to cool in the Jeep. About the same as running it off the house. Took about an hour to get it down to where you want it to be, and I just cooled down my bottle of water. So this is my first time using the SETPOWER camping, and I'm powering it off an EcoFlow river power bank instead of running off the vehicle. And as you can see right here, the LCD screen is off on this side, and I got it set for 2 degrees. When I open up the lid, there's a divider that goes between my food and where the beer is, and it must have some sort of magnetic switch, because once you remove that divider, this part powers off, but once you put that divider back in, you're good to go. So we've been out all day, you know, my beers, everything is nice and cool. This will be the first real test and how I like it. Alright, jumping down to my EcoFlow, so I'm at 86%. And that's been running probably about 7 hours now. I'm not running the freezer mode though, I'm just running the cooler part. If you're running the freezer, of course you're going to use more power, but all my drinks are being cooled. I really like the light. Makes a big difference. Nice lid. Pulls up, locks. Looks like you can reverse the lid too. I never noticed that. Has a temperature chart on the side here on what you should recommend. It says it's for reference only. I'm gonna take the water out, put it on my tent. So far, cooler's working pretty good. So it's the following day. I'm at home. I used the EcoFlow river powering this SETPOWER cooler for the whole night, part of the day, and it's actually really efficient on power. I've used about 25%. Now keep in mind, I wasn't using the freezer, and it was also cooler out, so that would make a huge difference. So I'm going to show you right here is probably one of the coolest features. So I'm just going to press power. So I talked about before, so you got your screen. Either side can be freezer or cooler, but I talked about, there's got to be like a magnetic switch with this white panel, because you remove this white panel and then that side goes out, and this front compartment will control both. And as you can see, there's that little white square, so that must be like a magnetic switch, because as soon as I put that back in, that side comes back alive. Nice, strong, durable, spring-loaded handles. Now, one of the things I always do for all my coolers is that I 3D print a spacer. And the reason for the spacer is when the cooler is no longer in use, I put that spacer there, close the door. Oops, it fell out. It didn't sit where I wanted it to sit. And it allows air to go through, so you won't get any mold or anything else inside the cooler. If you have a 3D printer, I recommend doing that. So that SETPOWER is a 45 quart cooler, which is perfect for my Jeep TJ, because the Jeep TJ is small and I don't have a lot of space. If you guys seen in my previous videos, once I get all my camping gear loaded up, she's pretty much full. So to have a dual zone fridge where I can have a freezer and a cooler is pretty darn amazing. I have another fridge freezer combo, but it is like a 75 quart. And it's massive. It's too big for my Jeep TJ. So this smaller one is perfect. It's going to sit permanently in my TJ. In my JK, I have another model in there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. If you're looking for a cooler freezer combo for a small vehicle, this may be the one. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.